Hi everyone. We had a small technical break because of the connection. We know that happens. However, we've got a very special guest tuning in. So the Function One team, which is Victoria Neyman, co-founder and COO of Function One, managed to join the stream. So I'd like to welcome her with the opening words from the Function One team. Victoria, the floor is yours.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm extremely happy to welcome you here on our hackathon, organized together with LabLab and from all Function One team. I'm happy to invite you to our conference, of course, after the hackathon to see the final and to enjoy the conference, exhibition, speeches. In case you are in Dubai on May 2nd, feel free to join. Please to our conference and we will wait you as a guest and see you there. And good luck with your hackathon performance. So we will judge you later on and hope to see you as winners on stage. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Victoria. And yes, we really hope to see you all in Dubai at the conference. So get ready for my second. Thank you so much, Victoria. And now I believe it cut me off while I was speaking about AIML API. So I'd like to repeat that for those who make the best use of AIML API, there's a $200 cash prize waiting for you. So if you needed just one more reason to join the hackathon and go all in, this is it. And speaking of AIML API, I would like to welcome another guest that we've got today, which is Sergey Nushny, Head of Developer Relations at AIML API, to tell you more about it. So Sergey, the floor is yours.
It's Sergey here from the AI Week in Dubai, and I want to congratulate you guys on joining us on Friday evening and for being ready to stick it out for the whole week. I hope all of you have found teams already, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me introduce our company first. We are AIML API. We provide 200 plus models. I think it's closing in on 300 now, actually. This includes chatting models, image models, video models, even music generation models. Our partners at Minimax were kind enough to provide us the official music API for Minimax, which is actually state of the art right now. If you guys haven't tried it out yet, please do. It is very consistent and great in general. But yeah, ChatGPT, Llama, Gemini, even the models that are rarely available to the usual folks like the hackathon goers, like O4 Mini and O3, all of these are available through our API at high enterprise tier rate limits, even for you guys, for everybody. So this time, we will be providing $20 of pay-as-you-go credits. What this means, I want you to understand, is that even after this hackathon, if you decide to go back to the IML API and use the API key in your pet project, it will be still $20 worth of viable API tokens. They are valid as long as the startup's alive, and we hope to keep it going for a very, very long time. So you guys should go ahead and try it out. It's pretty great, actually. $20. There are some nuances on how to apply the promo code because this system is new. This is something we're trying out for the first time. So there will be a tutorial here, I think maybe here in chat, for sure on LabLab website, and for sure in Discord. I will be also available in Discord, and our support, as always, will be online to help you. I think 100% of the hackathon tickets were covered sufficiently, so nobody came away upset, I think. So we have resolved pretty much every single one. So even though in the moment, in the heat of the moment, it may feel sometimes like you want to lash out on the support, please be certain that all of your tickets are handled with care. Yeah, so 300 models, $20 worth of tokens, pretty exciting. Good luck to all of you. I hope you perform your best. We'll be checking your projects. Excited to see what you guys cook up. We're giving you a lot of freedom to create this time. And yeah, I think it will be exciting to see what you do.
And I'd like to remind you, as I just did on the chat, that Sergey from AIML API is available on our Discord server. So if you have any questions related to that, you can simply tag him or tag mentors, and they will answer all your questions. And we're also having the Q&A session 1.5 hours from now on, so we can answer all the AIML API related questions right there. And also on the registration page, there's a section about AIML API credits with the video guide on how to actually get the credits and use them. So I really recommend to check it out. We've got many. And now it's the moment for the hackathon walkthrough. So, for our seasoned hackers, you've all been here, done that, and you know the drill. So, sit back for a moment. But for all the first timers in the house, listen up, because the steps I'm going to share will be your ultimate guide for finding teams, navigating the platform, and successfully submitting your project. So, let's go step by step. Step one, you need to build or join the team. Teams can be from 1 to up to 6 people. So whether you're creating your own team or joining one, trust me, it's way more fun to collaborate than go solo. So teamwork equals more ideas, more laughs, and better results because you've got more hands to work on the project. Step two, once you got your team, you need to get organized on Discord. Once you've got your squads, create a private Discord channel. You can, communicate wherever you'd like, but all the official support and mentor help happens on our Discord, so keep the channel buzzing. Step three, brainstorm your ideas. Before you actually start building, come up with 2 or 3 solid concepts for your projects, and you can go creative and daring. But first, contact mentor before you start building and choose that one concept that you'd like to go with, and just make sure that it stays within the challenge, that you use the suggested technologies, and your concept is on theme and it's actually worth building, because the mentors will basically validate that before the judges do. So you don't waste your whole week of building on building something that is off topic. And then we've got another step, which is starting building. So build your prototype, collaborate. If you have any issues, you can always tag mentor on Discord, so we're there to help. And then we're coming to submitting your masterpiece. So when the clock runs out on May 1st at 6 p.m. CET, you need to submit your solution on our platform together with a product presentation, and really make your presentation shine, because it's your golden ticket to impress the judges. These 5 minutes that are for you to present the product and to talk about that might just give you the place on stage. So remember, this hackathon is just the beginning, so you can use this opportunity to create something you can continue building long after the event, especially that we've got the acceleration opportunity coming up for the winners. Also, everything that you need to know about participating is covered on our LabLab AI guides, and we've made it easy for you. So on the screen, you should see the QR code to access all the details. So simply scan it and go through that to get all the most important steps to be covered to actually win this hackathon. And after creating your account and enrolling into the hackathon, you'll be able to create or join the team. So to do that, you need to press the button on the bottom of the event page, and you'll be transferred to your dashboard where you'll be able to create a new team. But if you're looking for a team, just scroll down and you will basically see the list of all the teams that are currently looking for team members. So remember that in order to see this list, first you need to connect your Discord account. So make sure it is connected to your LabLab account so you can easily find a team. If the team is looking for a member, use the chat window on the team page to communicate with them. So you can basically introduce yourself and ask if you can join. Or you can also use the button Join Team and wait for the group leader's approval. As I mentioned before, mentors are available to you throughout the whole hackathon, and you can find them on our Discord channels, which is Mentors and Function 1 Mentors. So if you have any questions that you'd like to answer quickly, tag Mentors or Function 1 Mentor on Discord channels for technical advice, and they will help you. And let's talk submissions. At the end of the hackathon, you need to submit your project. So, first, you can scan the QR code on the slide and you will find the article with the detailed description on how to submit your project. So, you can save that link for later. And what we require from you is the product description, pitch presentation, and the GitHub link with the demo. Also, remember that your presentation should not be longer than 5 minutes, and please make sure that the demo link is working because if we'll be missing any of the deliverables, your project will not be eligible for evaluation. And before the hackathon deadline, which is May 1st, 6 p.m. CET, remember that date, your project needs to be submitted through the submission form using the button shown on the screen, and you will find it on your team page. If you need any help about submissions, also remember we're on Discord to help you. However, remember to take enough time to actually submit the project because we really see that people underestimate that and then they simply run out of time and they work for the whole week on their prototype and then run out of time to submit it. So remember the final submission date. And if you'd like to win this hackathon, we've got an extra resource to help you shine, which is a guide on how to be successful at the hackathon. So if you are ready to level up your game, you can scan the QR code to access the article and get all the tips you need to crush it. And inside, you'll find 7 steps to crafting a winning business idea. So everything from brainstorming, big concepts, and then executing them like a pro and possibly winning the hackathon. Regarding the hackathon walkthrough, this is it. So all the basic info, remember, they're on the registration page for the hackathon, and you can always ask mentors. And we'd love to invite you to a Q&A session on our Discord server at 7 p.m. CET. And now, this is the moment that we've been waiting for because we've got the amazing workshops on AI agent. And I'd love to introduce our very, very special guest, who is Tudor Coman, software development engineer at Adobe, to tell you more about analyzing digital experiences with agenting AI. Tudor, welcome. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Joanna, for the introduction. I'm waiting for a confirmation that you see the presentation so I can get started.
Let me check. We can see your camera for sure. Streamer, can you see the presentation? Awesome, yes.
Perfect. Okay, so my name is Tudor. I work as a software development engineer at Adobe. I have been in Adobe for the past 7 years, working mainly with machine learning, AI, more lately reinforcement learning and agentic AI with LLMs. And I'm pretty excited to welcome you all to this hackathon. And I hope that my workshop will inspire you to have some good ideas to submit. So let's get started. So my agenda for today is a walkthrough on what we're working or what I'm working together with my colleagues in digital experience. So we're building a digital product for marketers, and we're helping them optimize online experiences. We're doing this through experimentation and A/B testing, and we will discuss a little bit of what these are. We'll also discuss from a business perspective what a marketer wants to achieve and how we help them allocate their traffic through various strategies. And also, to get into more technical details, we'll go through statistical significance. So, when can you stop an experiment once you launch it? And last but not least, we will discuss high level architecture of the agentic AI framework that we're building for marketers. So, the first question that most of you probably have, what is A/B testing? So, an A/B test basically requires an online experience, such as a website or maybe even an app uh, that gets visitors. So, once you get these visitors, you allocate them to one or more options. The most basic example is having two options, uh, option A and option B, hence the name A/B testing. So you basically take your entire pool of visitors and you allocate them either to option A or option B or others if you have more than two. And what you're trying to monitor through A/B testing is to see how the metrics from each option differ and which option is the best. And this um, experiment should help you determine which option is the best and to help you take a data-driven decision. So, why
Tudor, I
experiment?
would love to stop you for just a moment. Are you moving the slides on your presentation?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I think it's frozen. Not sure why. If you could try to maybe stop sharing your screen and share the screen again, maybe it will help. Yeah,
Okay, I'll keep it like this. So, please.
awesome.
Okay, so I understood that there were some technical issues about the presentation, but
Yeah,
I, I
we're
was
fully back and
asking
we can see that. Thank you.
I was asking why experimentation. So, in the age of ever-growing data, everyone wants to take data-driven decisions. Nobody wants to make assumptions. Everyone wants evidence-based actions, whether you talk about a marketer, a manager, a director, or anyone who's running an organization. Nowadays, wants to make some decisions which have some evidence behind them. And many people need a platform that enables you to run a very large number of experiments, because there are many decisions that need to be taken, especially in corporations or big organization. And this helps them stay ahead by iterating faster and more effectively than their competitors. So that is one thing that they want to achieve. This philosophy also serves as a strategy to reduce the likelihood of making a mistake by validating ideas before making a full-scale implementation from the basic idea to the final product. So some real-life examples in the context of digital marketing. We can talk about website redesign, so changing the color of a button and measuring the impact that this decision might have on conversion rates. You can also have email marketing campaigns and see if you change a subject line, for example, if that is going to impact the click-through rates. And you can also have SMS marketing campaigns similar to email. So now I'll give you a real life example, which is actually from a book. So the story here is that Bing was running ads on their search. And as you can see in the top here, they had the first line of the description of the ad below the title. And some people suggested, hey, it might be a great idea to add that line into the title and then continue from the second sentence with the description. But this idea was never prioritized because there were more important things to do, as always. And one night, an engineer said, "Okay, I'll do this myself. I really want to see what the impact of this decision might be." And what he did was that he created a basic experimentation solution where he would allocate some of the users to this new variant. And what happened that night actually was that they were getting alerts from their monitoring systems that the ads were making too much money to compare to what they were used. So they had thresholds set, and those thresholds were very low compared to the impact of this decision. And everybody started being um, very focused on this. And the outcome was in the end that they saw a 12% increase in ad revenue after making this change, which, as you can imagine, with a company such as Bing or Microsoft, 12% is a very big change. So they were basically wasting millions of dollars just by not making this small change. As a software engineer, I guess you can imagine that something like this takes only a couple of minutes to do, and it can have such a big impact. So this is why every organization is now very focused on making data-driven decisions, and that's why we come into play and help them make these experiments. So another example of an ongoing experiment, this is actually something that I noticed when I was on Instagram. So you have the old option, which is the control, and you have the new option, which is the treatment. I noticed this on two different accounts. One day when I was on Instagram, and for a while there was still like some users were seeing the old version, some other users were seeing the new version, and now I think the new version is the one used by Instagram. So what they were doing, they were running an experiment to see if engagement was improved by making these changes. They wanted to validate these ideas, and they did that. Okay, so what does a marketer want to achieve when talking about experimentation and A/B testing? Um, First of all, obviously, different marketers might have different goals. So some might want better click-through rates, some might want better conversion rates, others might want to reduce their bounce rates if they're seeing some high bounce rates. And also, a brand or even a marketer can have at the same time multiple goals, and he needs to be able to run all of these experiments aligned with his goals or her goals, and be able to determine this is a good idea, this is not a good idea, and be able to iterate very quickly through these ideas. So, as I said, examples would be increasing conversion rates. They can be enhancements when we're talking about user experience. They can be engagement boosts. Maybe you want to increase your average order value. That's another metric that many marketers look at. And um, there are more metrics, but this is just a list of the most common ones. So, as seen in the Bing example, nobody can make correct decisions that are not data driven, and therefore marketers need experimentation. And another problem that can come up when running experiments at such a large scale, there are companies that can run thousands of experiments at the same time, is that data interpretation is becoming more and more complicated, because the basis of running these experiments and interpreting the data is statistics. And when you have more than one or a few experiments, obviously you have to take into account the impact of each one when you're evaluating and running multiple ones at the same time. So, what does a marketer get from experimentation? First of all, it helps with a better understanding of the users of their platform, and obviously it helps the company or the organization build the best user experience possible, taking into account all of the variants that they're checking all of the time. And as you might imagine, this results in improved metrics across sales, engagements, views, bounces, and so on. So another thing that marketers get from experimentation, and the most important thing actually, is hypotheses that are backed up by real data. So um, if the hypothesis looks like this, so if an action is happening, then there is this result due to a reason. And an example for this would be, if we make the cart button green, then clicks will increase due to better visibility. um, Obviously, if you just state this hypothesis, there in a room of people, some people might say, "Hey, this is a great idea. Let's do this," or others might say, "I think this is terrible. I think we shouldn't do this." So everybody can have an opinion, but the real thing comes into play when you have hypotheses backed up by real data. So it's different when you say, so we tested with 50% of the users. By making the add to cart button green, we saw double the conversions compared to the original color, which could have been, I don't know, white or black. Okay, so what are some traffic allocation strategies when splitting the users of a website or an app in these groups? Here is a quick overview, but we'll go into detail in just a moment. So up to now we were discussing only about A/B testing, which actually allocates the users in a random and uniform way, but random in the sense that a user gets randomly allocated to one group, but once he or she is allocated to that one group, they'll always see that variation. So you don't want to create inconsistencies between what the variant that the user is seeing at one point compared to later down the road. Other than A/B testing, you can also have multi-armed bandit testing and contextual bandit testing. And when you're running multiple experiments or A/B tests, it's also called multivariate testing, but we will get into detail. So traditional A/B tests, as I said, they have a fixed percentage of the traffic allocated to control and treatments. So in the case of their most simple A/B test, this would mean 50% for control and 50% for the treatment. If you have three, then it will be 33.3%. If you have four, it will be 25% for each, and so on. Usually, the allocation is done with a pseudo random number generator. And as I said, this information needs to be stored in order to have consistency for one user. And generally, one test is meant to determine or validate one hypothesis. So if you have, let's say, five hypotheses that you want to evaluate, you would make five tests, and you would use something like multivariate testing or other strategies to be able to run all of them at the same time if that's what you want to obtain. Advantages for A/B tests, obviously, it's the easiest implementation to make, and the statistics that is happening behind the scenes is very easy to compute and explain. But the main disadvantage is that you might have to run this test for a longer time because you won't have something that is statistically significant. But we'll discuss exactly what this means towards the later part of the presentation. And obviously, because this takes a longer time, you will also have a slower approach when evaluating multiple hypotheses. So multivariate testing is when you're testing multiple changes simultaneously. And this is especially used when you want to understand how these changes interact with one another. So, for example, if you're trying to change a button's color and position at the same time, you want to see all of the colors that you're configuring with all of the positions, and you want to see which option is the best, and you're basically creating all of the combinations. And traffic allocation is done exactly as before. And in this case, obviously, since you're making multiple changes, you can validate multiple hypotheses. Um, The main advantage is you're iterating way faster between them compared to a standard A/B test, and at the same time, it's still fairly simple and easy to understand, easier to analyze from a statistical point of view. But the main disadvantage and why this option is not something we recommend is that you will need even a larger sample size to reach significance. So obviously, because you have more variants, and it will take a longer time to have enough users on each variant. Now moving on to a more interesting approach, which employs also AI. We have multi-armed bandits. So these algorithms are some reinforcement learning algorithms that have a variety of uses, but they also have an application in traffic allocation. So basically, the allocation is done dynamically based on real-time performance. So this helps um, making the allocation more adaptable to user behavior, and is also useful for delivering personalized content. And the main advantage here is you have faster identification of winning variants because you're helping the marketer to iterate through more hypotheses, and you're also adapting in real time to how the users interact. So, for example, in a normal A/B test, if you would do a color change for a button, you would have to wait an X number of days to be able to reach a conclusion. But with algorithms such as multi-armed bandits, how they allocate the traffic, they will see that you're um, not getting that many conversions on one of the variants. Let's say the when the button is black, it never converts. So they will gradually reduce the allocation on the fly, and you will be able to see that the allocation is almost or reaching 100% for the winning variant. Uh, the disadvantage of this method is obviously that you're employing much more advanced statistics concepts, because all of these multi-armed bandits have policies which have statistic principles as a base. Also, what we've noticed, and I listed this as a disadvantage, is that depending on the algorithm, you can have an overfitting when you're seeing short-term trends, and the algorithm might think that it's a long-term trend, or it's something that will always be like this, which is definitely not the case in most of the experiments. And also, there's a big discussion here that the exploration can be some suboptimal for lower performing variations, which means that going back to the example I listed, if you're cutting off too early the change that you made with the black button, you might never find out that that was actually the best variant in some cases. Here are some examples of multi-armed bandit allocation strategies. I ran some tests on all of these, and I'll present in the next slide some results. So I worked with Thompson sampling, upper confidence bound, another algorithm which is called probably approximately correct, and last but not least, Lil UCB. These algorithms can probably be used in other applications as well. Here in the presentation, I listed the performance I saw in our use case. So here is the result overview. What we're looking at is how much allocation is made to the winner in terms of percentage. and how this evolves running on multiple iterations. In this case, I was doing like 4,000. I also think I did some tests on 5,000 iterations, but the results were fairly similar. So these iterations are basically visitors, and I was evaluating for every chunk of 100 visitors, how much traffic was allocated to the option that was supposed to be the winner. And as you can see, Thompson sampling in the upper left corner was very gradual and slowly reaching the correct variant, but neglecting completely the others. Um, that case was far worse with UCB, but UCB can be a very good algorithm in other use cases, so you can check that out as well. And for probably approximately correct, what's great is that it keeps the traffic allocation almost uniformly until it finds that one of the treatments is performing much better, and then it makes the allocation go all the way to 100%. My favorite is the last one here, Lil UCB, because as you can see, it has some spikes in allocating traffic, but it also explores other possibilities as well until it reaches a conclusion, and then